What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speaks. Uh, Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak about this Project B League, right? That they're talking about starting up, and it's getting a lot of attention and stuff like that. And in my opinion, I think that this Project B League I think it's fake, and I'm gonna tell you why because it's so convenient that this league comes into play now when you have the WNBA players trying to bargain to get more money. You know, they complaining about getting more money. And so now you have this Project B League coming in and saying, all right, well, we want to come in and we want to give you ladies more money to play basketball. Now, keep in mind that there are women's professional leagues already established in Europe, Asia, Australia, more established leagues, right? So why wouldn't one of these leagues take this, like, take this opportunity to say, all right, this is our chance. There's a chink in the armor as far as the WNBA is concerned. This is our chance to expand our league and attract more, attract the WNBA players to our league, right? Because these leagues are already established. A lot of times these women come from the United States and they go and play in those leagues. That's why I think this thing right here is to, and the reason why it's fake, Project B, I think is fake, is they want to do away with Unrivaled, right? So the WNBA and the NBA can't come out right now and say, Unrivaled is, we don't like Unrivaled. They're saying everything publicly, like as far as Unrivaled, we don't have an issue with Unrivaled. We don't think Unrivaled is a competition, which is not true. The WNBA and the NBA don't want nobody else to be having their players play in their league in the off season. They don't want that competition because you're drawing from the same pool of players. Number one. Then number two, what if you play in Unrivaled and you get hurt? Then you can't play in you hurt the WNBA. So the WNBA is not in their best interest to have Unrivaled going on. So, but they don't want to come out and say that publicly, so they can use this fake league, this Project B League, to dispose of Unrivaled. That's number one. Number two, this Project B League came about, I think, to cause a divide within the WNBA players. So some of the players think that, okay, the players at the top, the more popular players, think, well, I can go over to this Unrivaled league and get me, a few $1,000,000 more money than I made in the NBA, in the WNBA. And that is going to cause a divide between the top players in the WNBA and the players, like the average players in the WNBA, because the average player in the WNBA is not going to be able to go on strike or be locked out for a prolonged amount of time without them hurting financially. So that's going to cause some animosity between those two. The WNBA is going to cause animosity between those two, different players and stuff like that. Then on top of that, Project B League is only saying that they're only going to have 60 players, like 60 something players. Whereas though the WNBA already have twice that, more than twice that. So that's going to cause an issue, right? So that's why I think all this is just it's just a ploy to cause division, get rid of this league, Unrivaled league, get rid of that. When they sign those contracts, WNBA players will no longer be able to be part owners of any other professional team while they are currently players. So that's going to be part of the agreement. Why Mark my words, because already in the NBA, you can't be a player and then have ownership in no other professional sport, because it's considered. I don't care if it's professional badminton, you can't do it. It's already considered a conflict of interest. So if you can't do it in the NBA, you definitely, not going to allow you to do it in the WNBA. And I believe the reason why they were able to, like, what is it? Nafisa Collier and Breonna Stewart was able to get away with that is because nobody expected WNBA players who only making $80,000 a year to be able to take ownership in anything besides a car, right? So they didn't think that, somebody would invest in a WNBA player and then, they would get this kind of money together. So that as far as the WNBA and NBA, that rule right there slipped through the cracks. But now they're gonna, like, once they go to that agreement, they're gonna seal that crack up. They won't be able to do that anymore. And I think that the WNBA, the NBA right now are holding all the cards. They just holding all the cards. Only a few women in the WNBA really gonna make out, like the top players in the league. Asia Wilson, who else? Caitlin Clark, she'll make out. But the rest of the league, they're going to get a bump in pay, in my opinion, right? But the WNBA has been paid so, like they've been underpaid for so long. They're probably just going to bring them up to what they should have been getting from day one. That's crazy, because if you look at it, the WNBA only get 9% of the collective bargaining agreement, right? And that 9% is the lowest across all professional sports, men and women. So they're going to bring them up to whatever they bring them up to. I think, in my opinion, I think it's going to be basically what they should have been getting from day one. The NBA and the WNBA, man, these guys are they're not going to give you no more than what they really have to give you. And I think what's going to happen is a lot of these women are going to, once they sign this deal, they still not going to be happy with it, because they're going to realize that they really not making out. They're going to give up. The WNBA and the NBA is going to take this opportunity to make them give up more of their, give up more than what they're going to get. And it always happens. Like, anytime players think, okay, we got the league, we got them over Burrow. We got some leverage. But they've been doing this, man, and this is what they do. And my thing is, I don't know why lawyers and other business people just don't tell these women, like, the truth about what's really going on here. Like, the WNBA and the NBA have relationships, and they got relationships all over the world, and so nowhere really that these players can go and think that they're going to have some type of leverage over the WNBA or the NBA. And I just think it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You already have players who played in Unrivaled last season, not even playing this season. As a matter of fact, Asia Wilson, she didn't play last season, but she said she's not playing Unrivaled. Then what's the name? Angel Reese, she's not playing Unrivaled. So it's just not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. I think they're going to give up a lot more than what they get. And, this league is fake. Project B League is fake. I think the Project B League is going to go away once the WNBA, like, once this collective bargaining situation is over with between the players and the WNBA. They're going to get a raise. They're going to give up some things, but and then the league, the WNBA is going to continue with their plans to expand and bring in more teams. And I think that Project B League is going to fade out. And all of these women who showed that they were willing to go and play with the WNBA, go and play with this Project B League. I think they're going to be left out in the cold too. This Project B League got everybody talking and stuff like that, but I think it's all a trick, man. I think it's all a trick, and I'm gonna keep a close eye on it because at the end of this, won't be no Project B, and it won't be no Unrivaled, and the ladies are going to get an increase, but the increase is probably going to bring them up to what they should have been getting the whole time, man. That's big business, man. It's just something else. So, that's my take on it, man. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.